Man, y'all know what it is. Don't play with us, play with your kid. Brand new week, so it's time to hear us speak. This is Universal Citizens. As always, I got my other two pillars on this pyramid. CJ, what's happening?
That was it right there, Ross. That was it.
Like, you feeling that one?
That was it right there.
Man, what's good, man? What's the word?
Man, what I was thinking about, man. Man, that Rona getting out of hand out there.
Man, every time we get on this damn thing, we start off talking about the damn Rona.
Man,
So this ain't nothing new,
man. It's up, though.
Man, this ain't nothing new. That's just a part of daily life at this point.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Renee, what's good on your end?
Same old. Like he say, the Rona cranked up, but I'm like you, Ross. It's like it's just another day now. I mean, you know, like it now I don't want it, but what I'm saying, and anybody thinking by it, God bless you. But it's like it ain't that big with the shock value gone. Like,
oh yeah, man, shock value is
I'm still a little shocked.
Why are you shocked though?
Okay, watch this. Okay, watch this. They were saying, like, I heard some lady talking about she wasn't going home. She was just going to Zoom with her mama over for Thanksgiving.
A lot of that. Actually, we were supposed to have.
That's not cool. I don't like that.
Man, hey, man, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. It's not cool. But
now, what I can say, I did hear somebody did tell me today that the governor in Louisiana said that he don't want you traveling. Like, he think everybody should stay at the house or whatever. But then somebody counted them and was like, but you ain't counting them football games yet. So, you know, it's like, I don't know, man.
Well, if you don't, watch this. I'm going to tell you this. You can say whatever you want, but you got that airport open, I'm going to travel.
Yeah.
So as long as that airport open, then you can say what you want, but them people going to get on them planes.
Yeah, but I mean, even more so, hell, I can get in my car and go where the hell I want. How you gonna stop me from getting in my car and going where I want to go?
And then too, like y'all say, like they talking about he don't want nobody to travel or whatever, but it's like, man, every state got it. So who you protecting? Like, I mean, like what state you don't need to go to? Because remember, at one while, if you was in certain states, they didn't want you going to neighboring states that didn't really have it. But now it's like, I think all the states pretty much the worst they done been. So, hey, but I'm gonna tell you something too. I'm in that stock market. They got 2 vaccines. I'm ready for y'all, but at the end of Christmas. So you know, you get your early Christmas present and you get that vaccine. So,
do I need to get the vaccine, or do I need to invest in the stock that's producing the vaccine?
Now you thinking.
I would rather invest in the stock, because my homeboy actually sent a text the other day, a couple weeks ago, saying Pfizer was at It was at 90% approval, and once they get 100%, they can go live. And he was like, pay attention to AMC and Southwest, because if you think about it, you get the vaccine, people gonna start traveling more. They're gonna go back to the movies. So it's like AMC.
I like the way you thinking, Ross.
Southwest. Hey, free game. Like my man Gilly say, $1 million worth of game, free.
Because I'm gonna tell you, like you say, right now the travel stocks and the retail stocks and AMC, they real low. Because everybody start buying other stuff because the vaccine had it where nobody wasn't going. But like you said, if you get it low, people want to go back to the movies eventually. So yeah, people are definitely going to fly eventually because that's just how people move now. So
Bitcoin is going back up, I think.
Yeah, it's hot.
Something about that. So man,
we're going to do a stock show one day. We're going to do a little stock segment, you know.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to have to get my boy on here because we're going to have some guests for y'all at some point.
That's coming.
But anyway, before we get into this thing, just make sure y'all get on the social media and follow us all at our pages. Make sure you follow the page for the podcast at Universal_Citizen318. Follow myself at TRoss_318. Follow Renell at Renell J and my man CJ at _humble_center. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by the lovely writings of Mr. Johnson and the Humble Center. Make sure you get on podcast. I mean, on Amazon.
Ooh, I got some things. I got some things in the works, Ross.
Hold that. Them hold strong. Just stay tuned, and he'll give you that at a later date. So, you know, well, Well, ain't no sense in sugarcoating bullshit. Let's go and jump into it. With this first one, feel pretty strongly. Do you need a degree today? Is a degree necessary? Now, we kind of touched on this before, you know, with as far as like trying to push a kid to go do X, Y, Z. So I guess this is more so for the older people that have gotten those degrees, and are you utilizing them, or do you feel like you need to have a degree to be successful in this world? The floor is open.
Well, hey, I'm gonna say this. This is a kind of tricky question now. This is like a. I don't think there's no bad answer to this question because me personally, if you ask me what I'm gonna tell my kids, I'm probably gonna tell them. I am telling them go to school now. Because I'm saying I think that even when you go to school, you still getting like a broader knowledge of things, just period. Besides a degree, it's just like going to school. Like it's always good to know a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. We didn't been around people that you can tell like he didn't go very far in school. Like we don't know if this guy like just off a conversation. So I would definitely say my end. I would say go to school, but I don't think you need it to be successful. Because we all got parents that started a job and just worked their way on up the ladder. Like I'm at a job now. The dang general manager started off as the dude washing cars, and now he like the general manager. So, but I don't know how many jobs out there like that no more to where you can just start ground level and work your way up. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's kind of like I'm with both because anybody gonna say start your own company, do all that. So, but you still gotta have some. I don't know. It's a tricky thing behind it. I just say you can be successful either way, in my point of view, or whatever. Don't say what you gotta say, Chess. I know.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like me and this guy here might feel the same, but hell no, you don't need no damn degree. Don't go to school. But it all depends on what you're trying to do. It all depends on what you're trying to do.
That's another good point.
If you want to be an architect, if you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you just like, I think I want to go to school and just major in general studies, well, then you take your general studies ass out there and get in the real world and get some real experience and work, and then go back and see if you want to do that general studies. Like, you know what I mean? But like you said, it's a slippery slope. You can't really tell your kid not to go to school. If they want to go, you got to support that, push them. But at the same time, I don't feel like we should force it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you a junior, like, you about to be a senior next year. What's your plan? What school you going to? But that kid might not even want to go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might want to go to, what's that school? Full Sail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might want to go do something different, like learn a different trade. They might want to go learn how to be a photographer or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you should let a kid get at least a good year after high school if they don't know what they want to do. Give them a year to let it figure it out. That's my 2 cents. Yeah.
Ross, how about you give them a few years, Ross?
More than a year?
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Well, you know what? I say a year because I had a conversation with one of my partners, and he was like, one of his ultimate goals is like he want to get to the point to where like if his kids go to college, he was like he want to give them a year after college to like do whatever they want to do. He was like, he'll fully pay for it. Like whatever you want to do to find yourself. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to lock in. So I guess I'm thinking about, so yeah, you're right. After high school, yeah, you definitely need, I would say about 4 years, about the equivalent of college.
So I think that kind of goes to what Renee was saying, how like, really what it made me think about is, I don't necessarily know if you need to go to those classes that the college have, but like you definitely need 4 years or however many years of experience. But it's just all about, like you said, first of all, is what you want to do. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, some specific like that, you need to go to school. But I'm definitely not with pushing it.
Oh no, we're not.
Like with my own, it's gonna be what she want to do. Right. She be like, hey, I want to go do. Now watch this. I'm all about having a plan.
There you go.
Having a plan. And if that plan sound halfway like it may make some sense, then I will put my money behind it, just like I would like college or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they may plan to go to college, but I think, watch this, I think that you should help your kids come up with a plan, whether it be college or whatever, or photography, like going to maybe study. Watch this. They got like cooking schools, that kids may want to go to. I know of like those dance theater type schools, stuff like that. Yeah. If your kid is into something like that, you should back them that the same way as college,
So I guess I got a little confused then. So y'all saying a degree, because all this stuff y'all saying, you still need to go to school, maybe specifically for that thing you want to do. You got to go to school. Cooking, you would be necessarily in school. Photographer, you had to go to like some kind of for that. But
certificate at least for like something, but you don't need
college. You don't need the college.
Before you degree college. Yeah. Now I'm gonna say what I think is big too that I think everybody should do. I definitely think you should travel. Like you should definitely get out of where you grew up at and all that. Because once you see like the different parts of you ain't gotta go in across country, but once you go to different parts of the United States, your whole mind frame changed on like, man, I thought I wanted to do this because people was living like this, and so I think you definitely that time y'all talking about taking off, I think you definitely should travel as a child or as a teenager and see because you might not even want to live. You got born in the state that you was born in, but that ain't the one you picked. You might not even want to live where you live. So it's like, I think you should definitely get time to figure out what you want to do based off where you want to live, what you like, all this. So yeah. But shoot, that's when the parent got to be financially stable to take care of your boy while you doing that traveling.
This is also very true. Traveling damn sure ain't cheap.
yeah. Taking off you ain't cheap if ain't nobody helping you pay no bills. Like,
yep.
That's all.
Yeah. Right. So, in a nutshell, I guess we can just go ahead and say that we all agree that it's all about the preference of maybe the individual. Collectively, can we agree on that?
You don't need the degree. But I'm going to tell you this. Watch this. You're going to have to get something.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get something.
Because like y'all say, like, name the jobs that you know that, dude can do like our parents did and really start at the bottom, and just off his work, he get to the top. Because I've been at jobs the dude that did that, he gets skipped over by the dude fresh out of college. They don't even know nothing, but he got the degree. So it's like certain jobs, they do honor them degrees in that. But the people that got smart too, these 4-year degrees, it's so many other little places now they're giving out trades and like, that, what do you call it? The academic stuff, they got so many stuff that you can get degrees, that ain't the 4-year college. Because they done got hit too.
Yeah. No doubt.
Nowadays, like you can really, this is what I would say. Nowadays, you can think about what you want to do and then just do it on your own.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
This. Even if you want to be an architect, you could, like you saying, like figure out ways to take them classes on YouTube or on some way than going to college. If you already got the mind for that, then it wouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like you'll be able to learn it, and then you just start doing it on your own. Like,
right. Yeah. So because I like to say, if you got the passion for it, that's what's gonna push you.
I was about to say, if you got that passion, that dog, that whatever you want to call it for it, you don't need to go to school. But I think that you don't get that until you get a little bit of experience behind you.
Yeah, you definitely got to go out there and get your. So there you go. I mean, that's just what it is. It's really up until, like I said, the individual. You don't need that degree, so please don't feel like you got to get a degree if it's some of the younger people out there white. Moving right along, we're gonna talk to the fellas real quick. All right, come on, let's tighten up these bootstraps and let's talk a little bit. Man, believe in Roy.
Man, let me say this. Like, I always tell people this. for every woman that is away, it's a man that's the same way. So it's a woman Renelle out there, it's a woman Ross, it's a woman Chess out there. So if you think if you got a woman that's romantic, you got a man that's romantic. Now, where I can say this, they don't want to hear the truth sometimes, Ross. They was mad when Goofy dropped the truth last night, the song The Truth. They don't want to hear the truth.
That is true.
A man sometimes only gonna be as romantic as he feel like he have to be to get the woman. Cause now you know how women always say that he was so romantic when we first met him. Because you put the standard out there that, you know, you had to come this way to get me. Some girls put the standard to, well, you can go to that little you can go to that little red box inside of Walmart and get that movie and come to their house. So you're not gonna get the romance if that's what the dude feel like he got to do to get you. So I feel like the men are definitely romantic still. It just has to be somebody that they feel like this sound a little that they feel like it's worth the romance. So I mean, we just gotta be real, man. Like we didn't all be romantic with a girl, and we didn't all went to that red box to go see a girl too. So I just feel like, yeah, men are still romantic just as ever. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I had a girl one time tell me, I don't like all that flowers and stuff. I feel like you could have just bought me something with the money. Sometimes the girls don't want the romance because you know why don't they not used to it no more. They, you know, I didn't have girls. You ever had a girl tell you, you know, y'all can't say, but you know, a long time ago, y'all done had girls tell y'all, you ain't have to buy me no stuff for Valentine's Day. You could have paid a bill, or you know, you could have did something that ain't romantic because you know that I would have liked. And it's like, so do the women want romance? Because the dudes still will do it. It's just, hey, speak on that.
I mean, but
Yeah.
I will say, as far as are men still romantic, I would believe so. I would like to say so, because now this is a two-sided coin. I feel like dudes is romantic, one, because they truly are genuine, and that's just how they are. Two, they trying to be fly, and they want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look what I did for my baby. I got to put it on the gram. You know it ain't real if you don't put it on the gram, or if you don't put it on Facebook.
It didn't happen.
You have some people, or you have some dudes that go over the top. And then you have, I'm going to just say somebody like myself that might do something romantic, and I don't need to post it, or I don't need to brag about it, because that's between me and the person that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm with. That's between me and my lady. So, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like romance is still out there, but sometimes you might have to flip over a few rocks to find the people that. Look, I'm born on Valentine's Day, so what's that thing? You know.
So you doing what?
I'm born on Valentine's Day. You know what my birthday is, baby.
Can't get more romantic than that.
I don't really necessarily know what that means, but
George Bob. I don't know what to call it.
I mean, you know, I used to rock nothing but the R&B. My CD book is full of nothing but R&B CDs.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, look, what Renelle said is definitely true, and we all know that. Look, and I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't even stopping to get no red box music.
Whoa. You ain't even stopping at the stop sign.
No. But watch this. I've been married for 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So romance, you gotta do something.
You have to keep it in the. You have to keep it in.
You have to do something or it'll get stale. Watch this. Is this romance? Like, you know, you be doing stuff that people don't even be knowing. And I didn't even think about like posting this at all. Her birthday was when I was out of town. So it was the day I left, her birthday was that next day. So the day I left, she had like a little small gift I left her. And then on her birthday, I gave her a little gift. And then the next day, I gave her a gift. And then when I got back, I had like the gift. It's romance, huh?
That is romance. What I was about to say is, you were saying that it's like everybody's level of romance is different. Like Renelle said, like somebody level of romance might be, hey, go pay this bill. Somebody level of romance might be flowers and, you know, stuff like that. Like, Everybody is different. Like, you know what I mean? You have to know. Yeah.
Language.
Love language.
That's what it is. That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't know
mine is a gift.
Okay.
Like gifts. It don't have to be like big stuff. It's just like little stuff.
Just anything.
You know, like, oh, you was thinking about me, and I didn't even know, like, you was thinking about me.
Right.
So that's big though that you say that, like, the love language, because I didn't even been around somebody where you trying to play the slow music when you pick them up and you being like what you think is typical romance, and they like, bro, like, you lame now because that person didn't really want that. So it's like, you got to know that's a big thing. You got to know who you're dealing with, and you got to, like you say, if you're dealing with somebody for so long, you get complacent. So you got to always kind of refresh it or whatever. Because like if he dealing with somebody that like gifts, or he like giving gifts, like somebody like me, I might go bring the flowers to him. They might have been more happy if he washed the car just out the blue. You know, like, so.
Cut the grass.
Look,
yeah, cut the grass.
That's acts of service for love language.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
Look, I teach the love languages with my couples that I work with.
Who love language is what?
I said I teach that to people.
Oh yeah, that love language book is like, if you in the relationship or that book done.
It really does work wonders once you know your person.
Because you know what, bro? I'm not even lying. Like, before I knew that, I thought about it and I used to be like, man, you be doing some shit, man. And like, I'm saying, like, that person really, like, bro, like, and you'll be wondering, like, why she don't like what I'm doing? But like, you just really don't like that. Like, and then y'all get into arguments, and then it's like, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like you trying to force something that you think in your mind on them, like, but that might not be what they accept. So you know, you got to present it in a different way.
So I think the good thing too, like you say, romance is not old school. Getting the flowers and the roses and running the bathwater. Like, if you just have to know your person's love language, and then the romance will come out then or whatever. So I mean, because I'm gonna tell you, where I was like, I'm one of the most romantic out there.
Wait a minute.
I mean, I just had to
one of the coldest.
One of the, like, I'm real good with it. I'm gonna tell you what it is too. I see they left the screen on that one. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
He done dipped out. Look, don't give away too many secrets now.
This is the secret that's not in the love language book. You have to.
Look, let me scoot up a little bit. Let me
scoot up. It's 5 love languages. The 6th one is this. You have to have the Ross. You got to pay attention to detail. Let's say you get a girl, and the small things, like, you know, she like Twix. I'm just saying, for instance, that's her favorite candy. So that morning or whatever, you know, she get in the car and she look to the passenger side. You got a little Twix right there. You know, women like small stuff to let you know you was paying attention to the details or whatever. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You can go pay a bill. You can go buy this purse that everybody got. You can do all that. If you ain't doing nothing specific to what she like, she ain't really gonna appreciate it until you start hitting her with, he knew I like the salad at Whole Foods. Like, you know, whatever the little thing is. So you got to pay attention around here. I'm just letting you know.
Eyes open.
Eyes open.
Got to have your eyes open. So, I mean, romance ain't dead. Chivalry ain't dead. Like, you know, it's still out there.
You know what? Like, you know, we always, well, I always and be like, man, you know, I'm thinking about doing something. You know, we always coming up with little ways to do it. But what's this? It's all about what you feel about that lady.
Yeah, that's what I say. You gotta know your lady.
Well, I'm saying, like Renee was saying, like, we be wanting to do stuff for our lady because we into them or whatever. So we try to come up with ways to, you know, be romantic or whatever. But
right.
Thing too, look, you got a dude, and he's been with you for a while, and being romantic, then he's just probably not that into you right now. So,
but he could get complacent.
She's not into you, bro.
Take it up. Look. The easiest way to get back on track is to just take you a little day trip. Drive somewhere.
Get some intimate time in.
Go out to dinner.
Mm-hmm. Get that intimate one-on-one. You can't go nowhere. We in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or we at this restaurant or whatever it is, and really get to the nitty-gritty or whatever it might be.
Hey, before you go too, Ross, the last thing too, you gotta communicate. Like, you gotta tell them sometime, hey, my tank low. My tank low. You gotta let them know when the tank low.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they got an app.
They let you know when your tank low.
Love tank, but it's like it's around like all the love languages, and like so you can tell your partner when your tank is low like that.
We need to advertise that. If I wish we could get paid every time.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait until we get the document sent before we do any advertising.
I just tried to look it up. What it's called?
Well, you might have to text it. Don't say it.
Yeah. On the side.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Text it in the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, romance ain't dead, fellas. We still got hope. Ladies, don't give up on the chick. We still trying. We fighting a good fight. All right, this last topic. We're gonna go ahead on and just dive into some old school ways. Use some old school ways. What was your preference? The light skin versus the dark skin? We all know that was the big thing. Like, which one is better?
The crazy thing with that, like you say old school, because it's kind of seemed like, or maybe because we're not in school, like high school, college, but it's like it's kind of fading away. Like it ain't as big as it used to be. But man, it just like, I don't know where you come from.
It used to be if you not light skinned.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Oh well, see that was so I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
It just was always, when I was old enough to realize what anything was, it just always was perceived that light skin was so say better or had it easier. Definitely, as a man, you had it easier, and as a woman, you got privilege because you were light skinned. And then they did perceive too that light skin was actually better looking than dark skin. So I'm gonna tell you I dated some girls that was really, really light skinned. And I'm telling you, talking to them, they always hated being light skinned because they felt like they got picked on. I'm gonna tell you, now this is gonna sound like a shocker. Some people thought I was light skinned. And these dudes used to always mess with me and be like, they always thought I grew up in like the nice neighborhood. They always think you can't fight. They think you soft. I don't know where they come from.
Look,
where did they come from?
Now your brother is a couple shades lighter than you, so we give him, and he'll say, "Well, shit, my skin is light, but my soul is black as pepper." So it's like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just that you right though. It's just that it comes. You know where it comes from. Man, it go all the way back to you in the house and you out in the yard. So I think it just kind of turned into a thing over the years to where it's like, I don't know. I think. Shit, I hate to always blame it on the old hip hop culture, but that had a lot to do with it. Like, cause I mean, come on, like you always had the light skinned women in the video. Like the
TV shows too.
TV shows. Yeah. You know which one we think about? Look, we've been watching
A Different World.
We've been watching Martin reruns heavy around here.
Oh man,
and we was like, why, Gina's so smart. She went to college, all that stuff. And, she's the light skinned one. And Pam, is her assistant and can't never get a man, and all of that.
Right. It's like, that's just the image that is portrayed, like, you know what I mean? And I think it kind of get burned into your mind over the years. And it's like, oh, well, you need light skin versus dark skin, or you need this type over that type. But it's like, really, none of that shit matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that shit matters at all. So, I don't know. It always comes down to preference.
But like, I know it's like, now for us dating or whatever, like, yeah, it was a thing to say, man, I got a little red bone, or, I got me a yellow bone. Like, And then, you know, when they get to the darker girl, they be like, man, she pretty for a dark skinned girl. Like, that's the worst thing you could probably say. I mean, I see your face, Ross. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But they, man.
I talked to a girl who was very, very, very dark skinned. Not like talking to you like that, but just a conversation. And she said she went through hell because of her skin color.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, watch this. I didn't go through hell. But it was definitely many times where I have wanted to fight somebody because they've been talking about me being light skinned.
Right. So okay. So I just thought about that. When you said that, you was talking about you want to fight somebody because of the color of your skin within your own race. But because you light skinned, you gotta gonna sit here and tell me I have to go and fight against somebody else. So now I gotta fight twice as hard.
Well, you know, hey, Ross, you said it, not me, but hey.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah,
like,
man, look,
it makes no sense.
I never got into no fight with nobody, but definitely, like, look, sometimes the light-skinned jokes, you know, will hit a certain nerve, and you'll be like, yeah, all right, like.
Hey, look, man, I'm sorry if I ever hit a nerve. I'm sorry.
Look, you be like, okay, I'm gonna show you light skin, like, you know, okay.
But know about this too, Ross. Don't let them slide with the light skin. You know, I had it so hard. Light skinned people get privileged too now. They get it too. I didn't been around light skinned girls that like they get their way, you know, in certain situations because of their skin color. But most of the time, it come from the other races. They accept lighter shaded black people before they accept darker people. So, you know, like I didn't see them get their privilege before or whatever. So, not saying that they should get the bad side of it, but they do get a little good side of it sometimes too.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and stand.
Especially women.
I mean, shit. Sometimes we have racism within our own selves. Shit like that. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Because if you feel a certain way because this person is light skinned. And I'm not saying that, you know, anybody on this pod feels like that, but it might be people that, I can't talk to this person because they not light skinned or they not this complexion. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you sound fucking stupid.
Like this, Ross, you know, what you just made me think about, you know, deep down South Louisiana, baby.
What they breed them. I mean, they just push them motherfuckers out.
You know, watch this. I'll never forget, when I first went to school, my roommate, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was like, boy, you be fooling with a certain type of girl down there. And me, you know, I'm always been considered light skinned. But he was like, if you go to these people's house, I would be too cold. And the girls wouldn't be able to bring you home. Because they only deal with a certain skin tone. I mean, we know this. I just thought about a girl right now.
What y'all used to call them, bananas? Banana yellow or something like that?
Yeah. I just thought about
you say high yellow, like you gotta be high yellow.
I just thought about a girl right now who she brought home a dude one time and it was just like, nah, bro. And he wasn't even like no dark dude.
So wait a minute. So let's just, for comparison purposes, let's just say this fella was your complexion. She couldn't bring him home.
He was probably, watch this, he was probably about like in between me and Renelle, you know, or about Renelle's color.
But he was too dark.
They didn't, look, he rubbed him the wrong way.
And this is a black family.
Black folks, yeah.
That's mind blowing. Well, shout out to South Louisiana. Hey.
That's really interesting. You can really talk about that for a long time, huh? Like,
right. I mean, if you peel back the layers on that onion, it'll make you cry because it's sad, like you said. Like it's disgusting, Renelle.
Even with the hair, you know, they used to say like, man, get you a light skinned dude or girl so your baby can have that good hair. Like it doesn't.
Man, come on now, yeah. Oh, you gotta make sure you got that good hair.
Oh man, now I'm gonna tell you this. Shit,
what's good?
Still saying that shit.
See, I don't hear that much like we used to or whatever.
I don't think it's bad, but it's still out there.
Oh well, yeah. And Chris Rock got that movie called Good Hair. Y'all need to check it out. Have you seen it? Yeah, check it out. It's pretty interesting. Definitely pretty
interesting. But I think we all
kind
of getting away from it more so than like when we was kind of young. The whole light skin, dark skin thing. I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's kind of moving away. Like, but then again, you never know. This shit goes in peaks and valleys.
But you know when it come up, it's like when we like get together in our little groups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're hanging out, or if you with your family or whatever, you know.
I think it comes out then because you think about it more, but you start to realize like, well, damn, maybe XYZ or whatever. Like once you have that conversation with somebody, like you know what I'm saying, like you start to think back, like, well, maybe this did have something to do with that as far as like connection or whatever. Like you just start to think about that shit a little bit more once it, but I don't know. Hey guys, we fighting from every side, so let's go head on and move on to something a little bit lighter. Not this damn. Now we're in the entertainment section now. First of all, okay, I'm gonna be respectful because I love these guys, but we're gonna talk about Deion's son going to play for him in Jackson. How y'all feel about it?
Man, first thing I thought about was that's a lot of damn pressure. Like that's a lot of pressure to like. I'm gonna tell you what I on the outside looking in. This how I would be thinking. Okay, now my dad is arguably top 5 football player ever. Deion gonna do his thing down there because he gonna get so many good recruits just off wanting to be around his aura. Like Deion just seems like a likable guy. Now he a good coach look like too, but he gonna get players that Jackson State won't normally get. So I think the team overall gonna be good without his son.
Well, audio went out, huh, Ro?
Oh, I thought that was me. I thought that was me tripping over here.
No, I kind of glitched out for a second. But
okay, we back. There we go. I got to say, I got nervous.
I glitched out. It's like now y'all looking like y'all finna save Jackson State, and I don't think his son is good. So I mean, not that good. I'm saying good enough to be what they finna make it like he supposed to go down there and be Steve McNair. So it's like, man, that's a lot of pressure, and I'm just like, man, I think the son probably think to a degree, besides what his daddy telling him, that he is gonna go down there and rip it up because it's a lower level of football than what he would have went to initially, like Florida State, and when he was gonna go to Florida somewhere. I think he would have been like, man, I gotta work hard. Now he think he's gonna go down there and kill it, Ross. Yeah.
He can't wait to hate on my boy. He can't wait to hate on my boy.
This man always talking about I be hating on dudes. But look, man, I'll tell you like this. Okay, man, this is like we're gonna go back to our day. We're gonna say like you had Evangel back in 2002, 2003. We was technically a 1A enrollment school, but we played on the 5A level. This guy is out here playing private schools that they can just get scheduled from wherever. Like, hey, you got a private school? Come on over here and play. So I don't really respect that because it's like, why aren't you at Duncanville? Why aren't you at DeSoto? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you playing for your dad. So now you going to college, you about to continue playing for your dad. So if I'm looking forward, it's like, what kind of development can I get out of a kid that doesn't been with his dad as his head coach for the last 8 years? Like, can I really develop him? Is he gonna listen to me? Like, I feel like Deion gonna put that in him, but it's gonna be a part of this kid's personality. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take over. It's like, well, my daddy told me to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? My dad in the Hall of Fame. What the hell you done do? So it's like you might always have to kind of fight that battle once we get to the next level. He gonna be good while he at Jackson State. But if we talking about this kid on the next level, it's like, okay, how can I deal with this guy?
That man is gonna do that.
I don't know.
Before y'all start, y'all both speak on the rankings that these people rank across the world, like for his ranking a quarterback. They have to see something to rank him where he at, which I don't even know where he at. So is his ranking, you think, just looking?
Man, first of all,
I didn't. Look, check it out.
Hey, you call it what you
Check it out.
want.
I didn't see dude. Check it out. The dude for the Cowboys, Vanderbilt, he played 6-on-6 football and was ranked. So they'll find you if you good. So is the ranking? Do you think the ranking is because of his daddy, or is it because of what he's doing? And I don't even know his rank.
So you're asking, is the ranking justified?
Yeah.
Man, you know what? I seen him chunk that thing, but the guys that he was chunking it against is like, okay, well, you got fuck.
Hey, Rob, I got a question. One question.
What?
You got the ESPN 300, right?
Okay.
Would he be the only kid that probably is not playing against the best competition on there, you think? Or could we find more kids that's on there that's the same way?
We definitely could, but your
Ross is not impressed with his talent. It ain't.
So Ross, that doesn't matter then. The rankings don't matter. Because we got other kids on there that we can find and say that same thing. Oh, they're not playing against nobody.
Right. We could, yeah. But at the same time, it's like you got extra. Oh, like Renell said, you got extra pressure because Deion Sanders is your dad, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's going to rip it up.
I mean, yeah, I feel like he is gonna rip it up. We're gonna be talking about this shit in the spring, like how Shador is it Shador? I don't know.
I'm gonna be there. I'm already planned on it. I don't look
You better get in line. That's about to be the hottest ticket in the state of Mississippi. What are you talking about?
Now, let me say this too, Ross. Chess think he part of the family. So
honorary sample.
Yeah, he biased because I'm gonna tell you something.
Him too. We've been watching that show for 10 years now.
So they biased. So let me tell you something. Cause when LeVar's son came out, when they had all that hype behind them, what his name is?
Alonzo.
When everybody saw the talent, it was like, this dude ain't this good. It's the hype behind his dad and all this. If Chess didn't know Deion Sanders' son or watch the show, I don't think his talent stands out like that. It just don't. You know. Now, what I can say this too is, if Ross went from that sign behind him to OU, and they say, man, Ross, you're the same talent, but you're going to go to Grambling. You would have thought you was going to go down there and have 150 catches a season. So this dude better go down there and rip it up because it can't be just normal.
Oh, it can't be normal. It's like you said, you coming in with the high praise.
Steve McNair.
I mean, what is normal, though? I mean...
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair was not normal. He was.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm expecting out of this dude.
Oh, that's what you expecting. You want
if he that good.
Man, I don't even know. Like I don't know. Like I hadn't seen him live, so I'm not gonna sit here and say. Of course, you see highlights, but like I said, I feel like it was 03 Evander versus
He gonna put like a little. He gonna be back there in that pocket, like gonna be a little nest around it. He's gonna be sitting back there like this. He's gonna be chucking it down everywhere.
And then, like Walt say, Deion don't play quarterback. Like, what is this about?
but I'm saying, like, I mean, of course, you know, Deion is gonna have him surrounded by.
Yeah. Deion's smart.
He already been working with what's his name?
Whitfield. Oh, Jeff Blake. Okay, well. Blake. I said, how do we feel? How do we feel about Jeff Blake as a quarterback?
Wait a minute now.
I'm just look.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Come on.
How I feel about Jeff Blake?
Be truthful. Be truthful, because you don't even know where you're playing with.
Jeff Blake was like Tyrod Taylor.
Now, okay, so do you mean as far as I like to call Tyrod Taylor the bridge to get you over troubled water. On in here and start for you. Get this when you get hurt. We gonna throw that other guy out there. It would make a Mayfield.
Watch this. A little level above that.
Oh, but.
Oh, Jeff Blake was?
But Jeff Blake had some years under his belt.
He played with Cincinnati, right?
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Jeff Blake had some.
He was pretty decent.
But his team sucked. Cincinnati was just trash.
Yeah, that was good bad back then.
You brought.
Watch this. He know how to play damn quarterback in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I mean.
I was just say because Trent Dilfer do a quarterback camp every year with all the top people, and he wasn't that good. So you ain't got to be.
Why we having the top quarterbacks now? What's his name?
Jordan Palmer. Is
that's
Palmer?
what you're talking about. Yeah, Jordan Palmer. Yeah.
His brother, is it? Yeah, Jordan Palmer, not Carson. That's the other. Yeah. He always got top guys. Yeah, he sucks. But it's like, if you just know the mechanics of the game, then I mean, all right. So, hey, we'll see what Jeff Blake gets. Didn't they get a D lineman or something from? He was like a 4-star, I think.
What is his? Is his son a 4-star? What Shador is?
I couldn't even
get it. 4-star.
Look, ask his cousin over there.
Look, I don't know if they got somebody else, but I tell you what, they gonna get a few.
But Chess, think about that. This dude is a 4-star recruit. Is 5 the highest?
Yeah.
He's a 4-star recruit with his daddy coaching him, and his dad is setting everything up for him his whole life on the football field, and he's just a 4-star. And then playing against the people that Ross said, and he's still just a 4-star.
He don't make the rankings, man.
My thing is how we done lost. He glitched out on us again.
He ain't saying that no way. That's why he went out.
But look, my thing is, it's the talent level. I'm not saying that he doesn't have talent, but I haven't seen you compete against the best talent. Do
you think that he's dodging the talent right now by going to Jackson State?
I mean, you committed to Florida Atlantic, and you could have went to Florida State. So you tell me, why would you go play? Now, understandable. You want to go and you want to get in early. I understand.
Now, let me throw this in. I told Renee this. He was going to Florida Atlantic to play for a black man.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's why he was going to Florida Atlantic to play for. I don't even know what that dude's name is, but you know.
He was at Florida State.
Yeah, just got fired from Florida State, right?
That's Taggart, right? Willie?
Yeah, there you go. So
and Deion and Willie real tight.
So then his dad gets the job at Jackson State. So it's like, it's a no-brainer.
Man, let me ask you this before we get off this walk. And everybody just answer their own little answer. Has anybody ever seen this boy make a play that they said, woo? I haven't.
I hadn't either, Renell, so that's a 2-1 vote because
his cousin seen all his plays and he ain't never seen that say, woo.
Oh man, look, he gonna be like, man, little cuz ripped it up that prize, man. The cuz was going hard. Man, get out of here, man. Go see Duncan Field. Go see the Hill.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna make at least one of them games. It ain't number 3 hours away. We're gonna be down there this spring.
Well, you know, Pops went to Jackson State for a second, so that's right up his alley to go out there and do what he do.
Look, I can't hang out with him.
Yeah, that guy there. Anyway, so hey, good luck to Shadur Sanders and Chester's cousin on his uncle side or whatever. We on the lookout and we'll have analysis come springtime or whatever. So.
Oh, we definitely will.
Oh yeah, that's definitely good. So, all right, come on. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get to it. The review of the week, the biggest thing in the hip hop world last night went down. We saw a truce that kind of brought a tear to mind. Jeezy and Gucci. Fellas, what are the thoughts on this monumental moment?
Man, coming into it, you know, I always felt like Gucci was. I was a Gucci fan, but I didn't feel like he was like how everybody else made him out to be. That Gucci was a local dude to me. Now Jeezy was so hot when he first came out. I had kind of forgot about Jeezy because he ain't been around like that no more. Jeezy almost had that career where he shot up real fast. And then he just kind of like, he ain't been around the last 5 years. I'm going to say at least 5 years, probably longer than that. So when I watched the battle, I left there with more respect for Gucci catalog than Jeezy, because I knew all the Jeezy songs. But Gucci Gucci had a lot of hits that I didn't really, not hits. He had a lot of good songs that I didn't know about. So I think his catalog is better than Jeezy because he got more stuff. But Jeezy, he couldn't mess with Jeezy just on the song that just in your head that everybody remember. So I would say Jeezy got more of a broader fan base, more fans, and Gucci is like the dude that that stay around the corner that just can rap and that's grimy. And then the whole little verses, you could tell Gucci kind of like, man, I'm gonna say, let's just say this, man. We ain't nobody watching us like that that's worldwide gonna get mad. Man, Gucci came across like he was being real, like, bro, I'm Gucci, man, you know what it is between us. And Jesus was trying to play this role like he's such this big, I'm so mature now and all that. It's like, man, it was coming across to me almost like a little fake. Your album did drop that night and turned it down the first time. So it just came across to me like Gucci, like, man, I don't fool with you, you don't fool with me, like, and I'm gonna let you know it, and you know it. So, man, I left there, I was feeling Gucci more, but I mean, Jeezy wanted better than me, but I was feeling Gucci just being more authentic than Jeezy was.
Well, anytime you talk about killing somebody's partner in front of their face, that you pretty much were coming with the real. So I felt like Gucci came out swinging for the damn fence. And I was like, damn, he ain't playing this. Like,
he wasn't playing.
When he came out like that, first of all, if you go back and you look, Jeezy DJ was spinning at first. And when Gucci came on, he was like, "No, this is the big Gucci show," or some shit. He said, "This Gucci show."
Yeah, I did hear him say that.
I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." And it's like when he went into this, it's like I'm thinking to myself. I said, "This nigga's gonna do Truth at some point. He's gonna do it. Like, he gonna drop that one." And you can, like you said, like Jeezy kind of played it cool. Like I feel like Jeezy was more on boss man mode. Gucci was like on some like, nigga, I'm Gucci. Like, don't forget. Like, I'm gonna let you know who I am. And he tried to remind him, and I think it kind of took a little left turn. And Jeezy grabbed that wheel and took that bitch to the right, and he didn't get off the highway. He kept rolling. And it was like after that, it was pretty much a wrap. But you could tell like he tried to take that left. The Gucci tried to go left. Gucci Jeezy went on and pulled that bitch back to the right. But if you pay attention,
I mean, did Gucci touch the nerve with Jeezy?
He did, because for him to do what he did and say what he said, he touched the nerve. Because, like I said, I feel like Jeezy was on like, and we ain't here for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see.
Was he here for his album to drop? I'm trying to get this promotion for my album. Now he on the Breakfast Club today.
He definitely was there for that.
Did y'all know that Gucci dropped the album too?
But they say it's a collection though. But yeah.
It's a collection, but shit, it's still money. So it's like,
watch this. I've already listened to Jeezy's album, so it worked.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the entertainers.
He man, I was like, Jeezy was killing him to me, music as far as the music goes. Until Gucci was like, man, quit playing all that old shit. You ain't got nothing new, nigga.
He did. See, I think that's what touched the nerve.
And from there on,
he kept saying it. He said, "What is this, 05?" He kept saying it.
Look, from there on, it was like Gucci kind of was killing him because Gucci got hits now. And then he kept pulling out stuff from back then. He might have something else from now. And then one other thing I thought about was Gucci music. Gucci got music you can party to.
Yeah.
You can kind of get down to. Every time Jeezy stuff came on, now don't get me wrong. I was jamming that Jeezy when it was old. But like that Jeezy kind of put you in like a different zone.
It does.
And it put you in the same zone every time.
Yeah.
It can put you in that zone that Jeezy can put you in. But then Gucci could come with like what is it?
Star lifestyle. Bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be.
Yeah. That's what we want to hear, Coach. Come on, we want to hear.
I need a little bit of that in my life, big walk.
Jeezy don't have nothing like that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So,
See, that's why
so being that y'all like, I'm pretty going into it, I would have think y'all like Gucci more than Jeezy overall. So when y'all listen to it, how did y'all feel like Jeezy won? If y'all like Gucci music better, did y'all think he missed some songs he could have played?
Well, no, I didn't say he won. I said I think.
No, but I think you like Gucci music overall better than Jeezy.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't saying Jeezy won.
No, so if you were talking about music, then I would have said that Gucci won because like he got so much, like he can go so many different ways, like.
Yeah, because the thing I was thinking about, like some of that shit that Gucci would drop when he dropped that bricks, all white bricks, and bricks. It's like, hey, everybody don't know that song, but man, we used to be in pizza house jamming that thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt it. But it's like when Jeezy would drop one, you know, everybody that was watching was like, okay, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so look what I'm hearing, okay, because I'm gonna tell you, I was literally in the kitchen dancing when Jeezy was dropping, like, because I hadn't heard some of them songs in a minute, and so when he dropped a few of them, I was like, run. But I hear what you're saying. Look, you saying like Gucci got that. He got that thing that's like kind of like more authentic. Like he was playing songs that was like, man, you gotta really know me to know these songs.
Right. Like,
yeah, he was.
You had
that. So you don't think that when Jesus was playing, I went to old school shit.
But hold on, what was that on? That was on 101 or 102, right?
What? That was a mixtape?
Might have been Trap or Die.
That was Trap or Die.
Well, it could have been Trap or Die, but Trap or Die is his biggest mixtape. Everything after that.
So you think everybody knows Trap or Die?
Everybody know Jeezy because when Jeezy dropped, it's like, oh man, I gotta go get that Jeezy. But when that Blueprint 2 dropped, it's like, oh, I gotta go dig a little bit to go find that one. Like, everybody might not have that print. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you was saying that Jeezy.
I'm telling you this. Well, in the comments, 50% of the people when Gucci first played the first 9 songs, they didn't know what the hell he was playing. Like, he's jamming to them. They listening to the lyrics and they like, it jam. But when Jeezy dropped, Jeezy was so commercial that they knew his stuff, so they was judging off that. So it's like, I think the average altogether may lean to a Gucci, but the other people got Jeezy killing him or whatever.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Look, Gucci pulled out some ones out of the crates.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what diss Jeezy. He was trying to diss Jeezy.
I can't think of which one it was, bro, but it was like, man, that's one of them. That was one of them ones like we used to like watch on YouTube, like even like it was like from the back, like.
Man, I wanted them to do. Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch it all the time. I wanted them to do kitchen. Nobody, that's my kitchen. Just do the dishes. Like that's some shit right there, boy. But truck, loaded down at me. I was shocked at that one too.
I was shocked that he did bricks.
He did the OJ the Juice Man.
Oh, he had to bust that one out. It's only right.
The OJ the Juice Man one?
Yeah, he did a quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick. Like, why would you not pull that one out? I wanted him to play Juice Man part.
And he didn't play Lemonade, right?
He did play Lemonade.
He did the end to it. Okay.
You got to do Lemonade. Yeah. I mean, Gucci, his best-selling album was The State versus Roger Day. That one went gold. That was his best-selling album. So it's like, whatever songs he had off of that is what people might remember. Like you said, Lemonade or Teddy Marvin or shit, I don't know what else he
Ricky Bird was the one that I remember that first blew him up nationwide kind of. But that Lemonade might have been the one that everybody was kind of like, that's when everybody kind of knew him. Didn't he do a song with Mariah Carey? I'm tripping.
Yeah, he did.
Did he play that one?
That one, no, because that was Mariah Carey's song. That ain't his song. So it's like, when he did that shit, I was like, what the f? Wait a minute, hold on. You mean Hudafouls is standing next to Mariah Carey?
They were trying to push him up then.
Yeah, he was on his way up. And then he
fell off.
Yeah, I was about to say he did some Gucci Mane type shit, and you know, he kind of lost it there for a second.
So who won?
I never like to pick winners in this fight. I never like to pick winners.
I'm gonna tell you, Ross. I had to go with Jeezy just off when Gucci played that song, and then Jeezy gave that speech, and then dropped that one right after. It was like he kind of like it felt like he set Gucci up, like he told the DJ when he play that song because he gonna play it because he ignorant. Drop it right on him.
Hey, look, I will say this: Jeezy DJ was on fucking.
Oh, he was on point. He was on point.
He was on point. I see why he's Young Jeezy's fucking DJ. Cause he.
I didn't know they had an audience down there. Y'all seen the audience? Wait, the show was their homeboys.
Look, yeah, I thought about this. I was like, some of their homeboys in there that is not liking me.
Oh, not at all.
What I told y'all the other day, I'm sure Jeezy had a good talking, but I don't know about Gucci. I don't know. But it's like, hey guys, we're gonna be cool tonight. It's gonna get a little crazy, disrespectful, but don't pull out the big apples.
But look, they was going to some club at the after party or something.
They went to Compound, and apparently we don't have no news report, so I think everything went all right.
Hey, let me ask y'all this too before we leave. Did they shake hands? Because I saw them do the So Icy song together, and I was going to see if they were going to come off the stage or something, but they didn't do it, huh?
No, they didn't.
What, like go off the stage together?
Did they shake hands after the whole battle was over?
Oh, no, see, I ain't watched the whole thing. Once they did So Icy, and then it's like, okay, I'm out of here. Like, you know.
No, they didn't do nothing. After So Icy, they just kind of was like, you know, they stayed on their sides, and Gucci said that they were going to be at Compound, come out. And then
they were faking.
They own, right?
They said they was at two different parties. They were at the same spot, but they because they asked Jesus, did y'all talk after? He's like, man, I was doing me, he was doing him. Now, the one they should have had on there, if T.I. would have been on there with Gucci last night, they would have never got past song 5. Because T.I. cannot take what Gucci was giving Jeezy. Because T.I. was saying something. Gucci was more, Jeezy was being mature. T.I. ain't letting that slide.
Yeah, you know, well, shit.
T.I.
He still got that hood in him real strong.
Chip's still kind of in control of him with that type of stuff.
Well, not only that, but, you know, T.I. likes to, and no disrespect to the king or whatever, but he likes to put his nose in everybody's business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he gonna always have something to say. So it's like, yeah, he ain't gonna sit there and take it. You know what I mean? You know, hey, it is what it is. But
did y'all see when Gucci was performing that song? He was emphasizing certain parts. Yeah, your home tip. Like,
man, the dude said, look, dude said we smoking on that poopy.
In that corner with that 4-5.
Yeah, he did. He held a little 4-5.
You on the hill right there, baby.
Hey, Gucci left there feeling good, and Jeezy left there feeling good, and them niggas would never talk again. They would never.
But it was beautiful to see.
Yeah.
It was beautiful to see.
They got one of them things where it's like, man, I don't fool with you, but ain't no beef. You don't fool with me, but ain't no beef. Like that's what they was.
It was good for both of them. It was good for both of them, brand and for business.
Oh yeah, that was good for business, and that's probably what the talk was. It's like, man, let's kill all this shit. This is good for business. Like this is gonna build both our brands.
And that's just what we lead to. And I know both of y'all gonna say I wouldn't be surprised. Would y'all be surprised if we got a diss song from Gucci about Jeezy? I wouldn't be surprised if he still diss this dude. He do.
I wouldn't be shocked. But I tell you what. I feel like at this point, it would be more calculated. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say maybe not a song, but like if you heard it like just whenever Gucci on a random verse, and he like still like throw a shot at it, like oh yeah.
Just a little subliminal, like, I'm still at your neck, snowman.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is like, if you send somebody to kill you, and I kill them, and then like I'm still alive, you gotta feel like you invincible, like, you know, like, so it's like,
Oh, do we know if
Don't
Jeezy
just feel like,
man
dude.
to kill him?
That's what I said, Ross. Where did we get this confirmation from? Gucci said,
How cool, there you go, how cool was Jeezy and Pookie Loc? Because it's
That's
like,
what I
ain't no,
told Renee. Look, that's what I told Renee. I said, man, Jesus might not have gave a fuck about that nigga, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
so y'all think it could have been different if it was like somebody that he really, really felt?
if it was close, I feel like Pookie Loc was just some cat that was on CTE.
They got paid.
Jeezy put the bounty out there. Okay, this is my new boss. Watch how I'm gonna earn my stripes. I'm gonna go get that chain. And you ran up on the right one. And it's like,
Did y'all see when Gucci was performing that one song when he was like, well, it might have been the same song, he was like, Puffy was messing with Keisha Cole, he was doing all the little ad-libs, he was looking at G.
he was extremely
look
disrespectful.
what he say. Look what he say. He said, you was falling in love with Keisha Cole while Buffy was fucking out. I was like, oh, no.
Oh, man.
Man,
You know Jeezy was over there like,
man, Gucci, I felt like Gucci came to just to disrespect him in his face and like, man, you ain't gonna do that. Then as Jesus started talking and he went on, he probably was like, man, I'm glad I got it off my chest. I'm good now. So I think that's how I kind of went. Like, I'm good, bro.
yeah. I think, yeah, you're right, because that's a lot of what I've been seeing people saying, like Gucci just showed up just to do that disrespect to his face. And like, nigga, what you gonna do?
And now he kind of might be good. He got off his chest a little.
Like, nah, I'm straight. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna do shit like I thought.
Right. And that's why later on we'll still hear him say little slick shit because he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. But now, hey, he's in a different tax bracket.
Oh, Jesus, look. Did you see how Jesus was talking to Stacey Abrams versus how Gucci was talking to him? Jesus will fuck around and be mayor of Atlanta.
He could be. He could be. And Gucci will be the damn district attorney. Oh, probably not. Probably not. Well, fellas, it's been real this week. Y'all going to this weekend. Be safe. Everybody stay rolling. Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Turkey on.
You doing a chicken, son. I ain't fucking with no turkey.
What you gonna do to it? Tell me what you gonna do to it.
And I can't tell you that. I can't tell you none of that. Just know that thing. Just know that thing going on there smoking is gonna be right. He gonna have a can of beer shoved up his ass. You can trust and believe that. It's gonna be right. So, yes, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure y'all tune in, comment, share, like. We need y'all to get interactive, people. We're gonna start trying to give y'all a little bit more as the weeks go on, but just work with us. We trying to stay rolling and sucker free. So, signing off, as always, make sure y'all go follow the page at Universal_Citizen318. Follow myself at TRoss_318. Follow Renee at Renee J. And follow my man CJ at _humble_son. This is the Universal Citizen signing out, folks. We'll catch y'all next week.